Hi guys, welcome back. Um, Sorry I have been gone forever. You guys have no idea. The last 2 weeks it's been rough. Everything from my car battery to my dryer, washer, AC broke, and my fridge it went bad. And then we finally figured it out like a day later, but it was one of those 100 degree days. All my groceries went bad. Yeah, that's just like the tip of the iceberg. It was one thing after another, and honestly, instead of like trying to rage out, I kind of became smaller. Allowed myself to process the anger and everything that was happening, because it was a lot. I had a party and a bunch of shit went wrong there too. It was just a lot. So I ended up getting most everything fixed. But yeah, I'm barely starting to come out of that energy because it pulled me down. It pulled me really down. So anyway, not to complain, but yeah, life has been lifing. Life said, oh, hey, let's shake up your snow globe. And I was like, but no, but let's not do that. And it did anyway. So Libras, the person on your mind. Yeah, it is just, oh my gosh, so much stuff. If I show you a card, don't mind my nails. I did dye my hair, which I was unaware that it was going to turn me into goth, but it is what it is. I can pull off any look, so it's just a weird look now. Like, I look at myself and I'm like, I look like Elvira. I don't know if that was, whatever. This is what we're working with, man. But yeah, okay, hopefully you guys are doing good. I know there was some transits going on and everybody was dealing with some shit, and there was a lot of like anger. Like, if you look even at the cities, there's a lot of protesting going on. There's a lot of, that was like, you know, a sacral, just visceral anger, right? So yeah, hope everybody's doing better. I know the energy's gotten much better today. Especially for me today, it's better. All right, let's go ahead and see the person on Libra's mind. You have the 5 of Cups. So the person on your mind, Libra, is going through a loss. I'm gonna get more before. I'm gonna pull up more before I say anything else. Person on Libra's mind, please. Oh, you know what? Let me put on some of my protection oil. I use my protection oil before every reading, and I strongly felt like, hey, yeah, if you guys aren't interested in any of my oils, I do have my shop link. I was gonna say downstairs in the description box. Person on Libra's mind. The 6 of Pentacles. I still feel tired in your guys' energy, but not like Virgos. Virgos, I was literally like gonna take a nap in the middle of the reading. Yours feels a little bit more energetic, but I do still feel tired. The 4 of Cups. Devil. The Three of Pentacles. And then we have Revolution at the bottom. I believe Revolution is the Tower with the High Priestess. And then the Queen of Swords. Justice. It's Air Libra. Libra and Venus. The Queen of Swords. The High Priestess. Cancer. Give me one sec, guys. I feel like the person on your guys' mind, Libra, right now is starting a revolution, but in their own life. They're very much taking a stance in a lot of the things that they believe in, a lot of the things that they feel like is not right with their world, but also the world in itself. I feel like this person is very intuitive with the High Priestess, with the Moon in Cancer. This person is very intuitive and they're very connected to Earth. With the pomegranate right here, they're very much also in touch with darker sides. So when people say I'm a light worker, I'm not a light worker. I'm an energy worker. I can do with dark energy just as much as I can do with light energy, right? And with the Queen of Swords, this person is not accepting anything but the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And they are standing for justice. But I feel like a lot of this is very close to home. And this is justice for themselves. Justice for all the things that they felt that they believed, that they didn't think that was a lie. All the lies that they were told, all the things that they were told that they couldn't do. It's justice for their life. Justice for the mistreatment, for the lies, for the making them small. Your person went through life with people time after time, making them small, and they didn't realize what was happening because they didn't know what they didn't know. And you don't know what you don't see, right? You grew up with traumas and patterns that you've seen and you've been conditioned with. If you're in a traumatizing, if your parents are in a toxic relationship and you're getting, you know, physically punished, and that's a norm. You don't know any other way because you just don't. Where would you get that information from, right? You don't learn until you start to study, until you start to learn, until you start to investigate, until you start to ask yourself, why is this behavior acceptable? Why am I doing this when it doesn't feel right? Why am I right? And this person with the Throne of Movement, I feel like your person might have some kind of maybe health condition, maybe immobility, maybe some kind of disability. But even then, this person has like, hold on, let me show you guys this card. And this is just the bottom of the deck. This is not even what I pulled out. Look, she has a jet like engines at the back of her wheelchair. So this person may have a disability, but even then they have their coffee. They're multitasking here. They have their little motor here with the zooming. This person is not allowing things, even though they have stuff that is I feel any other person it would slow them down, but no, this person is not allowing that to slow them down. They have the lotus in their hand, which means that they have growth. Anything that they touch, growth. Excuse me, I'm moving the energy. With the Ace of Swords, yeah, they're not This person, your person, is starting a revolution, but I feel in an all around general, not general, they're starting a revolution in their lives. They're fixing all the mistakes that weren't even theirs to fix. They're fixing the things that they know that they could do better, they could do more. They're starting a fucking revolution. They're saying, I'm going to fix and I'm going to do everything, and anything that anybody ever said to me, I now see is a fucking lie. I see that I am the prize. I'm speaking as your person, right? The we, the royal we. I am the prize. I am not any of those things that I was told. Those were all trauma behaviors and things that were said to me out of people that were unhealed, that were unknowledgeable, that were hateful, that were none of what was said about me, none of what was done to me. First of all, most of it, especially when you're younger, wasn't even deserved. But at this point, your person is seeing that shit, all of it was a lie. It was all a facade. And they can now see through the truth of who they actually are. That's very powerful, Libra. Very powerful. Very powerful. I've got goosebumps. Your person right now is in the Five of Cups. They are dealing with loss. But what I feel like, it's not necessarily like they're feeling out in the cold. I feel like your person is actually still purging things, still removing poisons and toxins that were still hindering them. And it's not because they weren't trying to get rid of them. It's because when you have seeds buried so damn deep, you have to go into, I feel like this person has a fucking stamp card to hell. This person has been to hell and back. It's giving cheers where everybody knows your name, okay? If she walks down to hell and everybody's like, hi, hi, everybody knows her name, right? And I always tell people, you know, I have become BFFs with my demons. We are good friends, and I know when you come to a level of dealing with, you know, your demon and understanding how to work in tandem with them, per se, like not being jealous because you're insecure, but being jealous because something's off, right? You work in tandem with your demons. You work in tandem with the things, your ego. You work in tandem with, you're not ever meant to get rid of ego. Ego's there to protect you, right? You're meant to work hand in hand with them. Why do I feel insecure? What's going on? Is something happening? No, something feels off, right? Is it because I've gained weight? Do I feel insecure because of this? Do I feel, you talk to your actual, and then if not, then you just have explosive demons that just do whatever the hell they want. Like, let's say fear. But when I tell you that I get nervous every time I do a reading, trust that, every damn time. But I push through that fear. I speak to my demons. I say, look, I know this is out of our comfort zone, but this is good for us and we love doing this. And so we both agree, yes. And then we push forward, right? And that is how you become BFFs with your demons, okay? And if that seems a little bit too forward, then you can change the wording, but I don't know how else to put it because I don't sugarcoat shit. But with the Six of Pentacles, your person is very much, even when they're in loss, even when they have not much to give, this person is still give and take. This person is still very much not, does not allow themselves to sit in the loss. They don't become one with their feelings. They allow the loss to happen. They know what's happening. They allow the purge to happen, but they still continue to give of themselves. They still give unconditional love. They still give what they can of themselves. If somebody needs them, they're available, or they make the time available. This person though does have strong boundaries. Let's get that shit straight, because this person now understands that if I don't have to give right now because I'm giving to myself, you're gonna have to wait. And you have a problem with that, then we have a problem. Then this is not something that this is not a relationship, this is not a friendship, this is not a job that it should be in my life, right? But this person right now is indulging in self-care. It does feel like with the Four of Cups, right, reevaluate Moon and Cancer right now, they are reevaluating anything and everything that needs to be in their life. I'm getting from this person that this person is really purging not only pain, but they're purging things from their home. They're purging people. They're purging thought processes. They're purging, they're just going through the great purge. It's the great purge for this person, right? With the devil, this person is overcome, and I feel has come, and maybe still fighting with their devils. And when I say their devils, I don't mean their demons necessarily. I mean the things that control them, that they feel that controls them. And that could be anything: drugs, alcohol, food. They are battling this, and they are taking control of their lives, because they're not going to allow anything to take control of them, right? And it's not necessarily, it doesn't, I don't believe that we should cut ourselves off completely from anything, as long as it doesn't take control of your lives, as long as it doesn't puppeteer you, right? If you become a puppet to something that is something else, if something else becomes a master, like drugs, alcohol, or food, if you don't have stronger willpower than these things, then it's a problem, okay? And I feel like this person is overcoming and taking control of all of these, cutting all the strings. And not only that, but people also can be in devil energy, like people that come in and they don't offer shit. They have nothing to give. That all they do is take. And I feel like this person has been taken from, and they didn't understand boundaries, because this person was never taught boundaries, right? They had to learn boundaries. I watch this girl. I love this girl on tarot. I love how she reads. She reads very just I don't know how to explain it. It just it's, she's a Gemini sun, so it fits in with my Gemini rising, which is like information, just like give me the information, right? She gives so much information, and I lost my train of thought now. Damn it. Oh, okay. So she always says this person was taught. This person was taught at a young age how to do this and this and this and this. How to be a good person. How to not be a shitty person. This person was not taught shit. This person was not taught shit. This person has gone through hell and chose to keep their heart. This person wasn't taught to be a good person, because I don't feel like they're whoever they were around they didn't even have those values. They didn't even understand. This person learned on the way through hell, and through every experience, and every experience that they went through, they learned. They were never taught how to be a good person. They were taught how to be a pushover and how to be small. That's what they were taught. Yeah. Dissolve the empire, the undertaking, the new order of the ages. Yeah, there's a new order coming, and this person is this person is the I'm getting so many Star Wars references in this. This is the Luke Skywalker to Darth Vader, okay? And Darth Vader being, all the people that oppress this person, all the ideas, all the things that they believe that they were, that they're not, the false programming, the false ideas, the need to people please, to be nice. That shit is done and over with this person. And that's not saying that this isn't a kind person, but nice and kind are two very different fucking things. I can be kind to you, but understand that nice people get pushed over, right? They get stepped on, they get stomped on, and being kind is different. Being kind. With the Three of Pentacles, the team, yeah, this person is coming into a new group, a new family, a new friendship. They might start collaborating with they want to collaborate with you, but they also want to collaborate with people that get them. Like-minded people, people that understand their language, people that they can talk to about certain things. I feel like this person has never had one person that they could talk to about everything. There's not been a single person that could understand every single thing that's come out of this person's mouth. I feel like this person has had to have a friend for almost like every different subject, if that makes sense. And that's really difficult. I feel like this person has honestly given up on having friends, because who wants to have one person for different subjects? That's difficult. That's very difficult. Alright, let's get into love messages. I'm going to do these that are really lovey-dovey, and then I'm going to get into a little bit more grounded energy. The person on Libra's mind, what would they say to Libra? The person on Libra's mind, what would they say to Libra? Can we start over? And I'm learning to trust again. Yeah, this person was put through the ringer. And I'm talking about like a Saw ringer. I'm thinking of like a Saw movie. Like, yeah, no. This person has been through some shit. And they don't look like they have. They look like they're... I've learned doing tarot and meeting people that people who are actually have been through hell and back have this look, like almost like innocence, like a look of gullible, but they're not. Listen to your heart. It's interesting. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. Nothing else will do. Don't you know you go? My love for you is eternal. Yeah, I feel like this person loves you unconditionally. But they might not trust you. But it's not, it might not be necessarily about you. It could be. But this person doesn't trust anybody anymore. And it really, I feel like this person used to be, I trust you till you break it. Now it's, I don't trust you till you earn it. Because this person has been done wrong by just about everybody that they've met. I'm closing out a painful cycle. Yeah, see? But I feel like this isn't like a cycle from... I feel like this is a cycle, the cycle of cycles, right? No words can ever do this feeling justice. I want you in my arms again. Well, I guess they want you in their arms again. And if they've never been in your arms, then they just want to be in your arms. I have trouble sharing myself. Allow this love to unfold perfectly, and every road leads back to you. I feel like this person might have tried to let you go, and then every time it seemed like they were finally like able to get out of it, it would just come right back around. And that's how it is when it's, you know, somebody that you have a very strong soul bond with. Like, it doesn't matter how far you guys go separate from each other, you guys always come back to each other. Let me check the time. We still have time. Okay, I need to focus on my healing. You know, so I heard no. So I this person does need to I feel like this person has been doing so much healing for so long. They actually don't need to focus on their healing. What they need to do is they need to start focusing on outside of themselves at this point. Because what they're doing is they're purging, and that purge is going to happen naturally. And what they need to do is start to allow themselves to open back up. And that's how they'll be able to build trust again. I feel like this person is actually being pushed to get, not necessarily to go back outside, let's say they're an introvert, or not necessarily start to party or anything like that, but just to be more open, more, I feel that you will reject me. Why are these all in reversals? Okay, hold on. I know you're watching me. I don't know how to let you go. So maybe you guys are watching them? they can probably feel you watching them. I don't know if you come visit them at night, because I just felt somebody, like, I saw somebody laying in bed, and I felt like an energy move their hand through their hair. Denial, detach with love to clearly see the truth. I replay our conversations over and over again. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, we still have a few minutes. I wish I could take back my words. I wonder if you're happy without me. Okay. This person obviously loves you unconditionally. I feel like a lot of these are a little bit deeper than how they feel. I wish I could take back my words. Maybe they said some harsh words when they were, I don't know, in pain, annoyed, maybe even drunk. They do have a fear of rejection, but I don't think it affects them as much as they say that it does. I think that this person has learned how to deal with rejection, and this is a rejection wound that they're healing from childhood. And I feel like this person has learned how to cope with rejection. And I don't even think they feel it as rejection anymore. I think that they see it as what it is, and it is, this person is just seeing rejection for, you know what, it just wasn't meant to be then, because if it was, then it would be. Is what I'm getting. I'm going to get you guys some oracle cards, Libra, and then we're going to leave it there. But this person does love you very much. But I feel like they're ready to, if things just don't, I feel like this person is ready if things just don't pick up. They're okay with moving on. I feel though that this person will always feel a connection to you. But Medicine Woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. Yeah. Don't mind my nails, they're purple. Looks like I was doing some freaky shit with Barney. Bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Yeah. You guys need water right now. And then fertility. Yeah, your person is in fertility. Everything that they touch right now is going to grow. Also, you guys could have a child with this person. I'm getting very strong. There could be a lineage merging of these two very powerful people. All right, Libras, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.